Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go. Welcome to another episode of Door County Girl. I am back with my co-worker,
Kit Butz.
And we are at his awesome little,
not a
man cave, it's a ladies' cave.
It's my wife's office, actually.
Which is awesome in here. I said I would like to be a client just to hang out in this quiet little office in here.
Yeah, it's very peaceful. Sit back in the woods, and yeah, it's nice. Just not that far away from Al's, though, too. We're only a mile and a half away from Al Johnson's.
You walk to work, it's close.
I do walk to work and walk home. Get 3 miles in without even thinking about it. So.
Okay, well, today we're going to make a tasty cocktail, and Kit's going to mention that we got new product in. We've always carried lingonberry concentrate, but Kit's going to tell you a little bit more about our other ones.
So this one, we're going to be utilizing the rhubarb concentrate. Out of all the new ones, this is probably my favorite. The flavor in it is like, if you love rhubarb, it has just that perfect essence of rhubarb in it. It's got the tartness that you get from rhubarb too, because that's one of the other things that I like. I also think that's why Swedes love sour candy, because I think it's like a lot of their foods have, like lingonberries are really sour, rhubarb is sour, but it's that sweet sour combination. They utilize it a lot in their foods too. So,
rhubarb is a big deal because it's a vegetable, not a fruit.
Not a fruit. Most people think that.
We always use it as a fruit.
We pretty much put it in pies.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone make rhubarb soup, meaning like hot soup with rhubarb chunks in it.
My favorite thing to make with rhubarb is actually I make a rhubarb chutney, but it is sort of that sweet sour combination. Love it on pork tenderloin, like a rhubarb chutney on a grilled pork tenderloin.
That sounds delicious.
Awesome, yeah. We'll have to do that recipe sometime. So yeah, this is just a really great product that we brought in from Sweden. Like all the new concentrates, all our new products we're importing in ourselves from Sweden. So we're really excited about this. You can definitely buy them online, and then we'll be hopefully getting these out to some more grocery stores and some other stuff too. But it's just a slow process to getting it out to our distribution and stuff. But you can definitely find them online right now if you wanted to do. Just fun to do and play around with. I mean, you can just drink it with soda water and just have like a rhubarb soda if you want to do that. Something really fun and easy.
Kids like it, just water and the concentrate.
I love that you can control the amount of sugar in it or how much you put in there, because you're going to get this great flavor that's going to emanate through, but you don't have to use a lot of it, so it doesn't have to be overtly sweet. So if you wanted to, it just gives you a lot of flexibility, because now there's a lot of different sodas out there where you can they're like, oh, this is a healthy soda where it has like a lot less sugar in it. You can pretty much modulate that for whatever you want. And then it also has other wonderful uses, like you can just pour it over vanilla ice cream if you want to do that. You could add this into like a vegetable and make like a rhubarb chutney if you wanted to do using this.
Or just say you were making like a rhubarb cobbler or something like that. You could put a little custard and add a little of this to it or something and whip it in there. And
you know, like there's another episode where we talk about dirty sodas or sodas in general. Yeah,
amazing.
You can another great thing. It's not typical of what you'd find. I mean, even in like coffee drinks and stuff, because you think about like everybody goes vanilla or almond. Some of these fruit flavors are really work well with coffee and like lattes and stuff like that too. I mean, even if you want to do like a cafe au lait, something a little more cream forward, like this really pairs well with it. It's great to add sugar to it and maybe just something different for you too.
Yeah, it's not as popular in the United States. I mean, we grew up, because my mom's from Sweden. My mom always had a bottle of soft, we called it. It was like a concentrate that you would just pour in a pitcher and add water, and we would just drink it, because my mom never bought Kool-Aid. She never bought things like that, but we always had soft, which is just means soft drink, like soft, like soft drink. But we always had that. My mom used to have them strain, because we couldn't get it.
Yeah.
They would strain the strawberries that we put on the pancakes at Al's. All that leftover juice, my mom would take it home and strain it and put it in a container, and we would use it as soft.
Yeah, I mean, even to this day, I think in the
I
restaurant
mean, we would just wake up in the morning,
we would steal some and do that.
In a glass,
Yeah,
pour water in it, stir it up, and just drink it.
yeah, good stuff, and it's just
So
yeah.
that was really classic. That I think Scandinavians use this more than we would, but you should try it now that we have it.
So the drink we're going to make today, so we're going to do a cocktail with it, and I'll say this ahead of time. These are just cocktails we make here. You're not gonna, you won't be able to go to Stabbur and ask for it. We will probably utilize these in one way or another, but we don't know exactly what we're gonna do yet. But
They're so new.
So new. So probably sometime next year we may utilize these in different specialty drinks that and maybe even in the restaurant. Maybe you'll be able to get a rhubarb mimosa in the restaurant or something like that, which would probably be pretty tasty.
Yes, it would.
So right now I'm just gonna give you one of my favorite cocktails, a classic Whisky Sour, but this is going to be a Whisky Rhubarb Sour.
Whisky Rhubarb Sour.
And I'm even going as far as making it the super classic way of using egg white in the drink.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the other thing I want to mention is, I want people to take note of, is I mentioned Stabbur just a minute ago.
This is
oldie. So you can see this goat design? And then see this goat design, you notice how they're subtly different? Because the original Stabbur one, we thought it looked a little too angry. Like it looked like sort of heavy metal kind of goat.
Well, this one has like a little
Yeah.
swirl, and that one
We
doesn't.
sort of softened the other Stabbur logo up because we felt that this was very sort of
Heavy
like,
metal.
rah, which,
I never would have thought.
so if you have the classic, you have
do have one of
you
those.
have like the OG original Stabbur stuff. It's a collector's item in
Collector's item.
Al's lore.
Yes.
But yeah,
I'm still trying to get that hat from Bjorn. For a while there, we had the Milwaukee Bucks baseball hat.
oh yeah,
What did they say?
oh, fear the goat.
Fear the goat.
Yeah, that would
And
get us
I
in
want
trouble.
That so bad. I don't know why I didn't get one, but we had to stop using that one.
No, I'm glad our lawyer.
It's fear the deer, people.
Yeah,
not fear
I
the
think we got
goat.
a cease and
Yeah.
desist on that one.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bjorn has one in the back of his car. I keep wanting to grab it out of his window. Maybe he won't miss it.
So this is another really easy cocktail. I'm gonna have Annika do like the full lemon here. I'm gonna have her squeeze that again,
Okay.
and
gonna do
just
that?
cut it in half. Yeah, don't cut your finger.
I think I've learned how to do
Okay.
this now.
And can I also just preach the wonders of ceramic knives and how they stay sharp all the damn time? But you
That
have
one
to be
is
careful because
sharp.
you will cut your finger really easily. But you don't have the problems that you have with like metal knives where you have to take them in and get them sharpened. Okay, we're gonna do this
How come I
again.
never- Okay,
No, the other way though.
How come I can't do this? I want to remember.
Go right over there. Okay, you got it. We're there. I'll probably get somebody to write him in. Kit, you've been doing that wrong all the time.
It doesn't logically look right.
No, it doesn't. My wife always catches me on it, so I think we're gonna like get some hand strength here too.
Yeah.
But it does a wonderful job as far as squeezing everything out. Like I was actually surprised at how much. So we're going to use bourbon in this today. I just have a regular bourbon like one that I like to mix. I'm not going to use something really, really good. Like you could use a Maker's. Well, Maker's is good, but like, actually I love Wild Turkey 101. I think it's probably one of my favorite ones to make cocktails with. I like the higher proof ones with drinks just because I think it tastes better.
And I'm not even chiming in because I'm not really a whiskey or bourbon drinker.
Uh-oh. Are we going to have
It's all about
to
the
call,
gin,
we're going to have to
people. Gin and rum.
call Bill in for this one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I might have to bring Bill
Yeah.
over.
And like I said, this is going to use egg white in it. So a lot of these cocktails, what egg white does to drinks is it sort of mixes, it can take some of the harshness.
Who ever thought that an egg white would be in a drink?
A long time ago when they had really like harsh liquor that wasn't as refined as we have it today.
Is that why people put an egg in a coffee?
It helps with just the
Acidity?
frothiness, and it helps with just sort of bringing everything together, but all the really good flavors together, and then the mouthfeel. It gives it this creamy texture, but not really creamy, and just really, really good stuff. We are just going to do it we're going to put some ice in these, and we're going to chill these glasses, just because we want them to be chilled, because we are going in. We're just pouring the cocktail straight cold into it, like you would a martini style. So these would be considered up cocktails. And we want to make sure the glass is chilled. typically you put a little bit of water in there and we'll dump it out, but we're going to do it a little bit easier. We'll have Annika just sort of swoosh them around a little bit here while I do that. So what we're going to do first is I've got 1 egg white, and I'm just going to use a mason jar technique. You don't really, because I really want to shake it and get it all going. Some people would whip it. I've seen bartenders use like a whisk and whip the egg white in.
Yeah, you have that tiny little whisk.
Well, I'm not even using that. So what I'm going to do is dry shake it. So a long time ago, they used to dry shake it when bartenders did everything for show, and they'd be like, you know, just shaking it.
Cocktail?
Yeah, like Tom Cruise and Cocktail.
Yeah.
So we're throwing it around, but you can see it's sort of starting to get what it needs to do.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do that for a bit. And this actually back in the day was probably more for show than actually needed to do, but they do recommend dry shaking it.
So if I was a bartender and we had to do this, I'd be like, I don't want to bartend.
I'm done. I'm out.
Order that drink. I'm the faster, like I don't have time.
But look at how
Look
how quickly that gets frothy and ready to go. Okay, we're just incorporating air into the.
Who knew you could do that?
Let's see. And I'm going to put some ice in here for the drink to make it cold, because we're going to shake.
Still?
Well, now we're pouring the liquor in it, so we're going to take the sour portion of it all, and this is going to be, we're making 2 drinks. It usually be like half a shot. I'm going to do about a full shot, and I'm sort of eyeing it up, and I'm just going to do some bourbon, again, like a 2 shot, and then our wonderful.
Did you name this drink?
Yeah, it's a Whisky Rhubarb Sour. But see, look at the egg white up there already.
You need to invent a name.
And we're gonna pour this, and I'm gonna put a decent amount in there, just because I really want to counteract the
Loki motive.
Ooh, I like that name.
Loki was my dog's name. The Loki, he's the mystic god, right?
Yep.
Loki,
The prankster god. And you know who his brother was?
He was the good one. Wasn't it Thor?
Thor was his brother.
Yeah.
And you know who his dad was then?
Well, Zeus.
Not Zeus. That's Greek.
Oh, that's Greek.
Yeah.
Oh, Poseidon.
Nope.
Who?
Odin.
Oh, Odin. That was your dog.
Yeah.
Mine was Loki, his was Odin.
Yeah, actually, that's sort of funny.
And then I had a dog named Scorpa. And all you people out there that know what Scorpa is, that's a dried piece of like coffee breads. You know how they turn them into crackers? That was my dog's name. Loki and Scorpa.
So we are getting a little, see how you get that nice little egg white froth on top?
That's crazy.
We're
Kit's
filling it up and
messy.
getting
I always
messy.
have to pick up after him.
That's why I have bar mats. I should have brought a bar mat today.
I'm the cleaner.
So, and then we are going to garnish with a lemon twist. Make it fancy. And you know what we need?
Music?
No, we need Swedish fish. So I brought various candies that we can add to this. So you get to choose. We got blackberry, sour blackberry fish.
Anything black is good.
Sour wild strawberry.
Yep.
Sour peach, maybe a good option. And then I have my all-time favorite candy of all time, the #1 gummy on earth, the Haribo fruit salad. So hard to find. I actually have to scour the internet just to bring it into Al's.
Really?
So tough to find, so good, probably the best gummy in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than the Bubs?
The Bubs are really good, yeah.
We don't have
But
Bubs here, but
for
Bubs
this
is
one,
good.
I think I'm gonna go with sour peach.
Okay.
You pick. You can do peach if you want to.
No, I'll do peach too, seeing you're opening
Okay.
it up. I like them all. I've tried them all.
Yeah, and these are the wonderful fish from Bubs. So yeah, it has a nice color.
Look at how sparkly they are. Yeah.
Okay, you ready to give it a go?
Oh boy, I'm a little leery of this.
So Annika likes the white liquor, but
I like how pretty it is.
yeah, see how it is? Got these nice champagne coupes. Great way to do it.
Don't
break it.
your
I
in-laws'
know.
glasses.
I know.
Okay, that's actually surprisingly good.
See?
And I don't like whiskey.
Yeah. And this is, I think it's a 100 proof whiskey here. So, yeah, but it hides it well.
It's beautiful looking. This is definitely a sipper.
Oh yeah, this is a real deal cocktail. This is not a.
If Annika had this I would have to probably add more ice because I'd be sipping on this for like 2 hours.
But if you want an elegant cocktail, like a before dinner drink, this is the way to go.
That is
Get that rhubarb flavor
delicious.
in it. Yeah.
I never would ever thought this would taste good. I'm sorry, but I thought it must
You're like, I'm going to have to fake this one.
It's going to be a dud.
Yeah.
It's not. And I can actually taste the rhubarb.
You want a peach? I got you.
Yeah.
Make it really hard to talk here.
This is adult Swedish fish.
So good. Actually, it really goes well with the bourbon. Yeah.
Whoever invented the new Swedish fish has got something going on.
Oh, yeah. Well, skål.
Delicious, maybe not nutritious,
Not nutritious,
but very good.
yeah.
Kit is a bartender. What are you doing in marketing? You should be bartending.
Yeah, I did that. I'm done.
You can't get crafty like this. You have to have a special bar where you're not
Save it-
so crazy busy.
Save it at home. Have fun with your family. You know, you're.
This is pretty good
Yeah.
though. I'm not a whiskey person.
I mean, I was gonna go cherry margarita, but I didn't do that. I know, with the new cherry soft.
Maybe we can try that another time.
We'll have to do it another time.
Cherry margarita.
You can't really go wrong with a margarita.
We'll do
though.
that on
We'll Cinco de Mayo
Cinco
next
de
year.
Mayo. Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
so good. Thank you.
everybody, try it. Even if you don't like whiskey, I really think you should try it at least once because it is very good.
Yep. Classic
I'm not
drink.
even lying.
You know, you don't become a classic drink if it's not going to be a good drink. So
That's right.
try the egg white thing. It's fun. You know, I know people will be leery about getting egg white in there. To my knowledge, no one's ever gotten sick from
I
whipped
eat
egg
raw
whites.
cookie dough all the time.
Yeah, so I think it'd be all right. Don't quote me on that. If you do, don't blame me. I take full. I do not take any liability
Make
of
it
it.
your own risk.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us for another episode of Door County Girl. And I think we have to call this the locomotive.
I like the locomotive. That's a good. I
like
know.
the locomotive.
I know. We'll do it.
Everybody's doing a brand new thing.
Do you know how many hits that has been in history?
How many?
I think it's like 4 or 5. It's been a #1 song 4 or 5 times, different versions of the locomotive.
Oh, see, and when
Yeah.
you make these, you have to have a little music to
Yeah.
play that song.
Yeah, we'd get banned on YouTube if you sing more of it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, copyright.
Yeah, copy. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm getting drunk on this drink.
I know. It was.
At the bottom of the page, and you'll get more recipes, or you will meet more interesting people that live in Door County.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you so much. It was fun doing this with you. Skål.
Kit sucked all his
I
down
know.
already. I'm sipping.
I'm a drinker. I
Sipping.
mean, not a drinker, but you know, I can.
Sipping pretty.
Sipping pretty. You always sipping pretty. Hey-do.
Hello.
Pretty good, huh?
Yes.
Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.